Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition. This is the tarot reading, the only one I know of that is aimed strictly and exclusively at hardcore manifestors. This is not meant for your general audience. I'm not looking for likes or loves or whatever, emojis on TikTok or Facebook or any of that. What I'm looking to do is to work with a group of people who are really seriously focused and interested on manifesting better. We all do it on a day-to-day basis. It could be thinking about, geez, I got a taste for this food. I got a taste for a hamburger or a cheeseburger. And as you're heading home, all of a sudden you find, oh, geez, there's this sale where I could pick up cheeseburgers at half price. You were thinking about it, locks up. Or I was thinking about this person, and doggone it if I didn't run into them in the store. We all have the possibility. It is born in us. It is a God-given gift. However, society knocks it down. As I've said many times, John D. Rockefeller, who is I try not to swear on this, but he's the worst son of a bitch that may have ever walked the face of the earth, controlled big pharma, schools, our energy, and a bunch of other things, because he was at the time, late 1800s, early 1900s, the richest man in the world, and he had no principles whatsoever. And he said, I want a country of workers, not thinkers. So the idea of you tapping into your intuition, no, they don't want that. They don't want that. You and I, however, are working on that together. And that's the whole point of this. So if you're looking for some light, is a milquetoast kind of tarot reading that you usually get, sorry, not the place for you. This is for serious manifestors. What you will see on your screen is what you have right there now. Just this picture of the tarot card spread. That's it. I don't want the pictures coming from the screen. I want the pictures coming from your imagination, from your brain, from your head. That's where I want it. I want you to tap into this power. And the images that you put on the screen, the harder it is for you to actually imagine. In fact, they've done studies where if you're looking at a two-dimensional screen, that's your laptop, your desktop, your smartphone, your television. If you're looking at a two-dimensional screen, your imagination almost disappears because you are absorbed with the information on the screen. You are now a spectator, not a participant. I am looking for participants in your life. Alrighty, here we go. We have middle card up front, middle card and back. That's the first card up front, last card in back. We get to it. It is the Oracle card, Round and Round. Like you're spinning in a circle. Like you're a rat or a hamster or gerbil or whatever in a cage, and you see those, they run on those, circular tracks and stuff. They run like hell, but they go nowhere. It's kind of what our lives are like. We play the game. We do what they tell us. We think what they tell us. We feel what they tell us. We buy what they tell us. But in the end, what the heck do we have? Just round and round. We are literally in a race to nowhere. To nowhere. All the things that you are told that are so valuable or good or whatever the heck it is, in the end, they don't really even matter. And as you take your last breath, you aren't going to think of any one of those things. What you're going to think are your connections, your inspiration moments, your positive friends and lovers and family and those human connections, not the things that they keep throwing at you. So we are all going round and round in a race to nowhere. Because in the end, what are we racing to? We all die. Now, there may be another life. I'm hoping there is. I'm hoping there's some other dimension. I really am. What if there isn't? Is that it? Is that it? Let's find out. Alrighty. Bottom row, all the way to the left, the World card. The World card's an important card to have right now because the World card talks about integration, wholeness, accomplishment. There is a point of time here where you can begin by wrapping up the stuff from the old so that you can move to the future. And that really is the key. It's taking a look on what you have in your life, in your person, in your spirit, reevaluating. Because this is the time for completion, for accomplishment, for unity. It's taking all of that and saying, okay, so out of all these years I've lived, what have I gained? What have I learned? Next card is you're going to hit your devil, the dark side. We all have the dark side. In fact, it is kind of one of the interesting dichotomies about life and people. For just as bright and good as it can also be just as dark and ugly. And we have that within all of us. Varying degrees, but all of us. And in this case, the devil is your connection to something, your connection to the system. Remember we were talking about going round and round and round, and you wonder, why am I doing this? This is the time to ask that question. The world card says, yes, ask that question. Find out where your devil is. Find out what your connection is to. Can you live without TikTok? Can you live without Facebook? Can you live without your computer? Can you? No, not so easily, huh? They gotcha. They have me too, by the way. One time, a few months back, we had a power outage here. And so, since everything is powered, everything was off. And I have to tell you, it threw me for a while. First of all, it was quiet. You didn't have that electric hum that you get from the different kinds of machines that operate that way. The other thing that you get too is realizing, okay, what am I going to use to fill my time? What am I going to use to fill this emptiness? We lean on the internet. We lean on our computers quite a bit. And what that does is make us shallower and shallower and shallower and more dependent. That's the devil. How addicted are you to the lifestyle they have given you? Big question. Five of Wands. Wands are positivity, enthusiasm, excitement. Five of Wands says, you know what? I'm going to finish fighting this whole game, because that's really what you're doing from week to week, to paycheck, however you divide up your weeks, your time. It's playing their game, hoping you're going to win, knowing that they got you. You're addicted. Take away the TV. Take away the computer. Take away the smartphone. I swear to God, people would be dropping dead in the streets if you took away their smartphone. It's amazing to me how many times, because I go out for a bike ride a few miles, and I go for a few miles worth of walk, because I live right on Lake Superior. So it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and I get out there. But this is the time of year where you have tourists coming up, and it's amazing how they are constantly looking at that damn little box in their hand, the smartphone. And people sitting at the beach just relaxing and enjoying the lake got a smartphone in their hand. It's a serious addiction, and it's something that we all have to face. The answer is the Two of Cups. Not a relationship, except with ourselves. The cups are love. But how about positivity? How about the promise of goodness? What's the strongest force in the universe? We say it all the time. I wonder if we really mean it. It's love, right? So make that loving commitment to yourself to get out of the race to nowhere, to quit going round and round like a gerbil, and have a life of your own. Let's go up to the second row, Page of Cups. Same kind of thing as the Two of Cups. Page of Cups, pages, all of them, change direction. So this is towards love, self-love, self-appreciation, not narcissism, self-appreciation, understanding that as imperfect as you are and I am and everybody else is, there's still something there to love. There's still a reason to love. There is still a reason to care and to value. Now, you may have to go on faith in the beginning. That's the Fool card, and that's what the Fool is for me. Very often tarot readers will go, well, the Fool card's just young and they don't know, they're not experienced. So they go, yeah. The Fool for me is an act of faith. They know, or he knows, or she knows, I can't tell whether it's a male or female, but anyway, the individual knows, look, life is what it is. I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to believe in the best of it. And I begin by believing in myself, trusting myself, stepping forward into life. That's the Fool. That's the act of faith. In essence, what they're doing is becoming their own emperor. They are becoming their own boss. The emperor, historically, is authority. It's a father figure. It's structure. It's regulations. Well, you've been trapped, and that might be part of the devil energy. You've been trapped in a phony set of regulations. The people who run the world have locked us into this electronic grid, this matrix, if you will. Time for you to take a look at that and review how attached, how addicted you are to this thing that's beating you down and keeping you down. That takes emperor energy. That means you have to take the boss. That means you have to take responsibility for your life. My God, I have to take responsibility for my life. Final card, Queen of Swords. The one thing about the Queen of Swords is that she is honest, straight talking, realistic, very perceptive. But she's a no bullshit woman. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean she will apply that mirror to herself. What's true, what's not true. A lot of times we hold on to truth for ego. Mark Twain said, it's easier to fool somebody than to convince them they have been fooled. You're seeing this all over the place. With the vax, with politics, whatever. Oh, don't confuse me with the truth. Don't confuse me with the truth. It's ego, it's ego, it's ego. They're that insecure. The Queen of Swords says, I don't care about ego. I want a truth. And if I'm screwing up, if I can do it better, if I can make it better for people as well as myself, that's what I want to know. And I'll step up to it. That, my friends, is taking responsibility for life. But it's your decision. The final card, Two of Swords. Here you see this lady. Well, can you see it up here? Yeah, just barely. She has both arms crossed across her chest. She's trying to keep emotion out of it. She's also blindfolded. Maybe it's an intuitive decision. Just trusting. Just that fool energy. I know I'm addicted. I know it's time to change because we got the world card. I know I'm addicted. I'm tired of fighting a system I'm never going to win. I'm going to love myself, respect myself. I'm going to step out in faith. I'm going to be my own boss. I'm going to think for myself. I'm going to be honest. And maybe that's what the Two of Swords is all about. Self-honesty. Do you have the maturity? Do you have the strength of character? Do you have the desire to stand up for yourself, to be honest with yourself? Oh, we love to point fingers. When you're pointing that finger, make sure you're looking in the mirror, just like the Queen of Swords. You'll get to the truth. You will get off of that rat race wheel, round and round, that race to nowhere. That's the reading for today. Back tomorrow again with another, I think, outstanding and insightful tarot reading. Help you with your manifesting. I hope you're here with me. If not, between now and the next time we get together, peace and blessings.